Greetings, viewers all over the world. Welcome to today's presentation. My name is Judith. I am your spiritual psychologist. So, today I'm going to be talking about the book, How to Awaken the Divine Consciousness Within. Huh? How to Awaken the Divine Consciousness Within. And it is all in the book. The book is here. Yes. Connect with God. Awakening the Divine Consciousness Within by Judith Elondo. It's available on Amazon. You have the Kindle version. If you want it on your iPad, your phone, just go and pay. The Kindle version is $9.99. You have the paperback, which is $14.99, and the hardcover, which is $24.99. It's is it 71 or 81 pages? Yes, 81 pages. So those of you who are bookworms, you can just read it within a day. But this is a spiritual book. If you are deconstructing religion with what is happening, you need a guide to help you in this spiritual journey. Many people are deconstructing religion, but they don't know the next step, where to go. They're not looking for another good religion, because religion, as I keep saying, it's an institution. Anything that makes you have to pray to a God outside of yourself, it's a religion. Anything that they bring a mediator that you need to go through, it's a religion. So no matter how you reframe it, it's all a religion if you don't have the absolute power and control of your own life, your spiritual composition. So you are worshiping an external God. So go get your copy. Go get your copy. How to Awaken the Creator Consciousness Within is all in the book. So many important information that you will not regret having a copy of this book. I guarantee you, this is my spirit. I poured in my spirit here. And the editor did a fantastic job making it, readable to those out there. So do not pay attention to Judy here. The book is well done. The proofreading is top notch. So get your copy and help yourself, help me, help others. That's why we are here, to find that path where we can become sovereign in our decision making. That's the sovereignty. Sovereignty is not only about your nation, the physical. Sovereignty is also about the spiritual. When we talk of spirituality, it's about sovereignty. Are you comfortable? Are you confident in making decisions? Do you trust yourself that much to know that this thing that you are doing is the right thing, and you will see results that will impact your life and others? That is what God is all about. So Connect with God is here for everyone. Go get it. Those of you in the USA, Go to Amazon and you will find it there. Connect with God, Awakening uh, um, the divine within, and you will get it. Or you type my name, Connect with God by Judith Elondo, it will pop up, and get your copy. For those of you in Africa, yes, we are making arrangements. My manager and everybody in my team were making the arrangement to make sure that you have it there in Africa. Yes, this is a powerful book. I can assure you that. In the book, you will find um, breathing techniques. Do you hear that? Breathing techniques that can really take you inward to connect with that God within. So I'm not talking here. I've been on a ABC for more than a year now, and I've been talking about this divine consciousness. I just put everything in the book. So those who want, if you have been missing my videos, there is a lot more in here that will help you. You don't need people to lay hands on you, to pray for you, or to fast for God to come through you. No, this God has been there in you all along from the day you were born. You were formed in your mother's womb. It has been there all along. It is waiting for you to connect with it and align with it, and then start acting here as the God within. So before we go to the video, I would like to read from the book, the foreword. Across generations and civilizations, humanity has continuously sought answers to life's deepest questions. Who are we? Why do we exist? Where does God truly reside? These questions are not limited to religion or philosophy. They emerge from the inner longing of every human being to understand their origin, purpose, and destiny. Connect with God, Awakening the Divine Consciousness Within invites readers to shift their search from the outside world to the inner realm of awareness. Rather than proposing a new religion or doctrine, this book challenges readers to rediscover the divine presence already active within their own conscience or consciousness. The work presented here is courageous. It questions inherited assumptions, explores the nature of consciousness, and encourages readers to examine their beliefs, identity, and spiritual potential. It reminds us that spiritual awakening is not about abandoning tradition, but about deepening understanding and reclaiming personal responsibility for growth and transformation. The author presents a structured framework through which readers can understand consciousness, moral awareness, spiritual alignment, and the power of thought in shaping reality. The message is clear. Transformation begins within. When individuals align their mind, emotions, and actions with higher principles, life begins to unfold with clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. Whether one approaches this book from a religious, philosophical, or purely personal perspective, its core message remains universal. Awakening is possible for all who are willing to look within. This book is therefore not simply to be read, but to be reflected upon. It calls readers to courage, introspection, and conscious living in a world increasingly filled with distraction and confusion. May this work serve as a guide for those seeking deeper connection with themselves, with humanity, and with the divine consciousness that expresses itself through all life. That is from the book, the foreword, by one of the editors. So please let us watch the video to help us, refresh our memories that we are gods having a human experience. So we need to go back to the source, go back within, and connect with this divine consciousness. Over to you, Director.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the core ideas from Judith Elondo's book, Connect with God, which really challenges some of our biggest assumptions about our relationship with the divine. Right out of the gate, the book hits you with this radical idea. What if our whole search for a higher power has been kind of misguided? I mean, what if we've been looking up at the heavens when the divine has actually been inside of us this whole time? You see, for centuries, a lot of traditional systems have built what the book calls a mental prison. They teach that God is this external being, totally separate from us, and that creates this huge sense of distance and separation. And what happens when you see God as this all-powerful separate entity? Well, it can easily lead to a relationship built on fear. It creates this whole belief system where we see ourselves as, flawed sinners who need some kind of external savior. The book argues this whole setup is less about enlightenment and, a lot more about control. This slide just lays out the contrast so clearly. On one side, you've got this external God who demands obedience to rules, but on the other side, you have this idea of an inner consciousness that's actually guiding you to become the creator of your own reality. It's a massive shift in perspective. Okay, so if God is an inner consciousness, how do we actually connect with it? Well, the book doesn't just leave you hanging. It provides a really practical framework that's built on 4 key pillars, the cardinal virtues. And we're talking about truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. But here's the key. The book says these are way more than just some moral guidelines to follow. They are the fundamental expressions of that divine energy that's already inside every single one of us. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at how they all work together. Truth and conscience are your internal guides, right? One is the clarity to see reality, the other is your inner moral compass. These aren't just abstract ideas, they are the foundation that then naturally powers your external actions, righteousness and justice, out in the world. So the huge takeaway here is that these aren't some external rules you have to force yourself to follow. No, they're an inner guidance system, the gatekeepers, that you can actually activate to shape your thoughts and, by extension, your entire reality. Alright, let's get into the mechanics of how this all builds. The book doesn't just stop at the what, it actually gives us a blueprint for the how, explaining the step-by-step flow of how this inner consciousness becomes your outer world. It's this really cool 3-step flow of creation. Everything starts as this formless, unseen energy in the spiritual plane. That energy is then molded into a specific thought in your mental plane. And finally, that thought manifests as a tangible action or an outcome right here in our physical world. And to really help guide this whole creative process, the book introduces this powerful tool it calls the 7 T's. Think of it as a framework of 7 mental steps, like transcend and transform, that are specifically designed to help you consciously refine your thoughts and bring them into reality. But if we all have this incredible creative power inside us, why do so many of us feel stuck? Like we're just surviving day to day? Well, the book identifies 3 core mental obstacles that keep us trapped in what it calls a survival loop. So these obstacles are essentially misuses of your own mental energy. Idolatry, that's basically when you give your power away to something or someone else. Impurity is that mental fog of distorted beliefs that keeps you from seeing clearly. And orgy, in this context, means losing yourself completely to a false ego. These things are what create the doubt and deception that trap us in old patterns. And right after explaining the problem, boom, here's the solution. It's a 3-step framework to reclaim your power. First is declaration. You have to consciously choose and affirm who you are. Second is discernment. You have to filter what you believe. And third is desire. You intentionally shape what you want to create. So all of this, breaking the loops, understanding the blueprint, it all leads us to the ultimate central takeaway of the entire book. You arrive at this one profound conclusion: you are not just a creation, you are the creator. Think of it like this: your external world, your health, your wealth, your relationships, it's all just a mirror reflecting what's going on inside your own consciousness. So if you want to change the reflection, you can't work on the mirror. You have to change what's inside. And as a fascinating little side note to all this, the author even points to numerology. So if you assign the numerical values to the letters in the word God, they add up to 26, which reduces down to 8. And what happens when you turn the number 8 on its side? It becomes the infinity symbol, representing that endless, unbreakable loop between you and the divine. Pretty cool, right? So, at the end of the day, the ultimate message isn't about adopting some new belief system or joining another group. It's a call to action. It's a call to activate the powerful, sacred system that, according to this book, is already built inside you. And so, the book leaves us with this final, incredibly powerful question. It's a challenge, really, that shifts all the responsibility and all of the power squarely back onto your shoulders. It's asking you to stop being a passive observer in your own life and to start being the conscious architect of it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, there is not much to say. I'm here to talk about my book. That this book is going to shape humanity. A lot of information in here that's just been compressed in 81 pages. So go get your copy. Africa, the time is now. I see you guys on social media. You are waking up, and from my sources at the home front, yes, people are waking up. They are beginning to ask questions. And when people start asking questions, they start questioning the system, the institution. It means they are ready for a change. They're ready for a change because that change starts from within. Change is not from the outside. And we have been focusing on changing our effects. And that's why it takes us a long time when we don't see results. It applies in every aspect of our lives. If you are trying to change things just from the outside, without you changing the way you think, that thing is going to linger for a long time. And that's where you see people in religion, they start saying, oh, this person is cursed, because you have not gone inward to, filter, to sort out that problem so you can take care of it. You can allow your thoughts to flow freely. So the book gives you all those guidelines that you don't need to get stuck in your past anymore. You are a creator. So that's why the topic today is titled How to Awaken the Creator Consciousness Within. You don't need to get stuck in your past. You don't need to to feel discouraged or depressed or whatever thing that is happening. You are the creator, and all creation came through you. So your reality, you can change that. If you don't like it, you can change it. So you can see that the book is just having the same colors with our amber regalia. Amber regalia is just the same color. So the background is black. Black again symbolizes the source of your energy. the divine energy. And then you see the gold there. The gold there represents what? The four cardinal virtues, which is truth. And even truth evolves to conscience, to righteousness, and to justice. So this is very powerful. Some of you are familiar with this symbol here. They call it the ankh. It's about African spirituality that I keep telling you. The um, Hermetic spirituality. That's their symbol. It started in Africa. So we should go back to our spiritual self, the God within. Go back to the God within. And our mission at Connect with God is to create awareness of these hidden truths about humans being gods and having the potential to change reality. That's what we are doing in the Ambazonia Revolution. We are changing reality. So if we say you are God, why are you refusing? Why are you denying that aspect of you? This truth has been kept from the public for far too long. We believe this knowledge is powerful and real. It can elevate humanity out of mental prison to higher awareness of divine consciousness. You do not need permission to access spiritual knowledge. You need curiosity, clarity, courage, and discipline to think beyond what you have been taught in religion. However, true awakening requires personal commitment. You hear that? Personal commitment. So, how to awaken the creator consciousness within? You need to go in personally. Nobody, even me talking to you now, I'm just giving you the framework. I cannot do it for you. You have to be curious. Huh? You have to be curious. Be courageous enough that you want this change. You want to connect with your higher self, higher wisdom, higher knowledge, higher understanding, higher clarity. You find clarity in things. It is all within. The world is falling apart today because they don't want clarity. Huh? They don't want clarity. That foggy mind and causing confusion and conflict to keep people in that place of confusion. Distraction is all that what is happening. So if you are distracted, they keep doing their evil. I keep telling us this. So you need to rechannel your energy to the right thing, to find clarity and do the right thing. When you do that, you see more and more people who are who align with your vision. They will rise up from all over the world to stop this madness, to stop this monstrous act that other humans are determined to destroy humanity. In Ambazonia, we see that. Why are the La Republic doing all the things that they keep doing? Our people, you need to wake up. Channel your energy to having your own country. Think of the goodness that you will have in your own country. Think of the freedom that you will have in your own country. Think of all your children, that they will live in an environment where things are already provided, the resources are there, they have access, like in these Western countries. Huh? who don't want you to have all of this freedom. So you have to channel your energy. That's all. We are energy filled. What they are doing today is